Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So what a difference a year or two can make. Cast your mind back to late 2019. Practically everyone on Wall Street said Tesla was a crap stock, avoid it, the company's going bankrupt, they can't make money, Elon Musk is a fraud, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and of course we can't forget the competition is coming. Just a couple of years later and practically everyone on Wall Street has changed their tune in a big way. So in today's video, we'll look at how Wall Street is going crazy for Tesla stock. We also have a very juicy update from Elon Musk that every Tesla stock investor needs to hear. And I'll also share a few thoughts of what I see happening with Tesla stock throughout the end of 2021 and into 2022. So with that said, let's get into the video. If you love crypto, stocks, and free stuff, or just want to help out the channel, check out these great offers. BlockFi are launching the world's first Bitcoin rewards credit card. People in the US can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase with no annual fee using the BlockFi Bitcoin rewards credit card. Check out the link in the description. And for a limited time, you can get up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $300 just for opening an account. And if you make an initial deposit of $5 or more, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $2,000. Seriously. Free stocks? Yes, please. And finally, if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for your support, guys. Let's get back to it. First things first, a quick update on Tesla stock. Here we are over on the WeBull app. Don't forget, free stocks with WeBull. Check out the link in the description or the pinned comment. We can see here Tesla stock up 5.09% today, over $50 per share in a single day. As usual, it's never boring with Tesla stock. This is on relatively low volume. And Tesla now back within spitting distance of its all-time highs. Tesla stock now within single-digit % growth from a new all-time high. Hope everybody was able to take advantage of the recent dip due to Elon selling and the panic around that. I certainly did, picking up around 100 shares, give or take, squeezing every last drop I possibly could. I do once again want to emphasize that per my Tesla stock price targets available exclusively on Patreon, check out the card in the corner or the link in the description. I really do think we have a long way to go for Tesla stock, not just next year, but over the next 10 years. And I really do believe that in 10 years time, when investors look back at Tesla stock, $1,100, $1,200 per share, they're going to think that's a typo. And it seems that recently Wall Street is starting to figure this out as well. Huge new price targets, a number of analysts recommending people buy the stock and suggesting there is massive upside over the next 12 plus months. And who am I to argue? Although I will argue the fact that pretty much everyone on Wall Street is dramatically underestimating what Tesla stock is going to do. But hey, at least they're starting to get the hint. And speaking of Wall Street starting to get Tesla stock, that is the theme of today's video. So here we are over on the Barron's website. Quote, Tesla's top price target's now almost $1,500 per share. No one seemed to notice. Twice. Tesla now has a new top price target on Wall Street. In fact, it has 2 new top price targets. Investors can be forgiven if they missed it though. The target prices come from overseas brokerage firms and show how Tesla is on the minds of just about every auto analyst around the globe. On Friday, China securities analyst Zhu Yi started coverage of Tesla with a buy rating and a $1,485 price target. That was almost matched by Mirai securities analyst Park Yeong-ju on Monday. Yeong-ju boosted her target price to $1,466 from $937 per share. She rates shares a buy as well. Both targets value Tesla at almost $1.5 trillion. Tesla has roughly 1 billion shares outstanding, making the math simple. Tesla stock is up in midday trading Monday, and for the record, it closed up over 5% as we now know. The new rating helps, but so did news that Tesla's German facility would start production in December. What's more, the market is bouncing back from Friday's steep losses. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average are up 1.6 and 1% respectively. Both new price targets top the old high of $1,400 per share from Jefferies. I just want to take a quick moment here. Now, it's good to see some of the analysts up toward that $1,500 per share price target for Tesla stock over the next 12 months. They are making progress, and these are comparatively high price targets versus the majority of Wall Street, although we're starting to see more and more of these record highs over and over and over. These new latest price target highs on Wall Street for Tesla stock suggest around 30% upside from where we are today. Now, were it any other stock, these would sound like extremely bullish price targets, extremely crazy. I mean, 30% in a single year, where do you find those returns? But when it comes to Tesla, As I've said earlier in this video, I actually think that these price targets are going to age relatively poorly. So despite the fact that some of the Wall Street stock analysts are now really starting to go crazy for Tesla stock, I think that they have a long way to go before they really hit the mark. Just to provide some additional context, my base case price target for Tesla stock in 2022 is higher than the highest price target on Wall Street. You'd think out of every analyst covering the company, surely at least a couple of them would be even more bullish than me. I mean, after all, this is my base case. If you don't already have exclusive access to my price targets on Patreon, card in corner, link in the description, my bull case price target, if things go well for Tesla, keeping in mind they've got 2 new factories to ramp next year, if those ramp relatively successfully, my bull case price target for Tesla stock is more than a double from where we are today. Seriously. And for the record, I do know some of you are starting to get sick of hearing about my Tesla stock price targets, but that's why YouTube has a skip forward button. You did know about that, right? If you didn't, if you happen to be among the small minority of people flipping out and getting super annoyed, yet you weren't able to figure out you can skip forward in a YouTube video, something bell curve is real. Exactly why the two analysts value Tesla at those prices is a mystery. Both didn't return requests for their research reports. Yi works in Beijing according to Bloomberg and covers mainly EV and EV battery material stocks. Now I just want to jump in here. This is a relatively positive sign. Most of the analysts that were previously and embarrassingly covering Tesla saying it was way overvalued, don't buy the stock, sell the stock, etc. were automotive analysts who don't know the first fucking thing about electric vehicles. And no disrespect to the automotive analysts. It's not their fault they don't know the first thing about electric vehicles, because electric vehicles aren't the same as ICE vehicles. It's a totally different business model, totally different technology, totally different manufacturing processes, totally different propulsion system, totally different everything. So these poor sods have thrown Tesla to start covering years ago and had no idea what they were looking at and completely missed the mark. So it's nice to see when you have an analyst covering Tesla who specializes in electric vehicles rather than automotive, because what they know about automotive doesn't translate to Tesla stock and makes them look like an absolute moron every time they say anything about the company, its business model, or its valuation. The overseas coverage is one sign that Tesla is disrupting the entire auto industry. Fancy that! Tesla disrupting the entire auto industry. Who would have thought? EVs appear to be taking over. Just jumping in here, no shit, Sherlock. And most large global automakers are pouring billions of dollars into vehicle electrification. Battery costs have fallen to the point where EVs can compete with gasoline-powered cars regardless of government-mandated environmental policies. Tesla, of course, wait for it, led the charge. See what he did there? Charge because electric? That's really funny. By introducing the Model S back in 2012. Now, most global automakers are looking at Tesla as the benchmark for EV success. Except, of course, the self-proclaimed leaders in terms of electrification. Shout out to Mary B.S. Barra and the morons over at Government Motors. That's not the name of the company. General Motors. Because of course General Motors know that they are the true leaders, and everybody who has any sense is trying to copy General Motors and follow General Motors' lead. After all, even the President of the United States, who's absolutely not corrupt and would never lie to the public, has recently claimed that General Motors have electrified the entire industry, led the entire industry, and that this matters.
And I can remember your dramatic announcement that by 2035 GM would be 100% electric. You changed the whole story, Mary, wherever you are. There you are. You did, Mary. You electrified the entire automobile industry. I'm serious. You led, and it matters.
Let's go, Brandon.
I mean, seriously. That guy. And if you happen to agree with my message, don't forget you can pick up the limited edition Let's Go Brandon merch with the card in the corner or the link in the description. There's shirts, stickers, phone cases, mugs, hoodies, you name it, it's in the merch store. Won't be available too much longer. If you agree with this message, feel free to pick one up. It's almost as if there's some collusion going on between the president, the Democrats, General Motors, and some major mainstream media publications trying to suggest, in fact, to completely gaslight the public, implying that General Motors really are the leaders in the electric vehicle space. In addition to the painfully absurd, obscenely dishonest comments from the President of the United States, lying to the public, falsely claiming that General Motors have led the electrification of the automotive industry. We also have Time magazine earlier this year putting Mary B.S. Barra, CEO of Genuine Morons, GM, on the cover of Time magazine, General Motors being featured as one of the 100 most influential companies. Now, if this issue of Time magazine was published about a century ago, this may have been accurate. Oh, and you think that's it? No, more gaslighting. Here's Mary Barra falsely claiming that General Motors are already leaders in the electric vehicle space in an interview with CNBS's Andrew Sorkin.
Right now, GM, in terms of the electric vehicle market, you have about 9-10% of the market. Tesla has about 63% of the market. 5 years from now, if you succeed, but everybody else has their own success in this space, what does that pie chart look like?
Well, we have said, just like we're the leader today, if you set aside, with the distortion that's happening with the semi shortage, we have been the leader in the United States. We've been number 2 in China for many years.
I mean, seriously, do I even need to say anything? And by the way, if you guys and girls watching haven't already read the fantastic book, 1984, I probably recommend doing so sooner rather than later. This doesn't just apply to some of the insanity we're hearing, the collusion between General Motors, President of the United States, etc. But there's also some more widespread societal issues currently taking place with some scary, uncanny similarities between the fictional content of this wonderful book. About 45 analysts cover Tesla stock. It's an interesting mix. At least 5 analysts are located in Asia. A few are located in Europe. At least 5 are primarily technology or renewable technology analysts. A couple of analysts covering the stock are generalists covering many industries. And the balance are traditional auto analysts. These are the folks who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, who I continually roast over and over on this channel. This would be like a traditional retail analyst who specializes in bookstores covering Amazon stock. Compare that to General Motors. About 25 analysts cover that stock, and a large majority of them are US-based automotive analysts, and I just want to jump in here, and every single one of them currently recommending people buy General Motors stock or even hold General Motors stock are going to be out of a career within a decade's time when the company goes bankrupt for the second and final time. Tesla stock now has about 22 buy ratings and 13 sell ratings. About half of the buyers come from non-traditional or non-US auto analysts. That means Tesla is relatively more popular with tech analysts and analysts located in non-US geographies where EV penetration as a percentage of new car sales is higher. In China, EV penetration of new car sales hit about 20% in October. EV penetration in the US is closer to 3%. I'm resisting the urge to make a joke about penetration. The 13 sell rating analysts have on Tesla stock are from a mashup of everyone. Tech analysts, auto analysts, generalists, and renewable energy analysts who also have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And please fact check me on this. Come back in 2025, 26, 27, 28, 30 and 31, and let's see how their ratings on Tesla stock aged. Here's my prediction. They'll have aged even worse than the analysts who ever had sell ratings on Apple or Amazon anytime in the last 2 decades. Now onto some big news from Elon that matters to all Tesla stock investors. So a couple of tweets here from Elon Musk. Quote, Cybertruck will reach far into a post-apocalyptic future and bring that technology to now. Alexander Luther replying, can we get a legit Cybertruck update? It's been about 2 years after all. Elon responding, oh man, this year has been such a supply chain nightmare and it's not over. I will provide an updated product roadmap on the next earnings call. This final line really matters. If you guys have a short memory, as you'll see on screen now, back in July, Elon Musk said, quote, I think that going forward, I will most likely not be on earnings calls unless there's something really important that I need to say. And apparently Elon didn't have anything important to say on the most recent earnings call because he was completely absent. So the big news, Elon obviously has something very important to say on the next Tesla earnings call relating to Tesla's product roadmap. Cue speculation. Let me know in the comments below what you guys and girls think Elon might have to say. Is this update specifically relating to Cybertruck? Is it being delayed? Is it on schedule? Are they changing the specs? Are they modifying something about the vehicle, its design, its size, etc.? Will there be pricing adjustments? Or will this news relate to more than just the Cybertruck? Could we be hearing an update about the $25,000 Tesla and local variations for China, Europe, the United States, etc.? Will Elon give us a hint as to exactly when the $25,000 Tesla will be unveiled? Or perhaps, maybe there's some big news relating to Tesla solar and or energy storage products. Let me know what you guys think we can expect in the comments below. In short, if you happen to own Tesla stock, I would pay very close attention to what is said on Tesla's Q4 earnings call. And in case you can't see it coming, guaranteed, no questions, Tesla's Q4 is going to be an absolute blowout record quarter on every metric that matters, from revenue to profitability and everything in between. Don't say I didn't warn you. As we heard in today's video, there are now 2 analysts on Wall Street approaching $1,500 per share for Tesla stock with their price targets. And here's a prediction. Following Tesla's Q4 earnings, I guarantee you there's going to be a handful of analysts who almost immediately increase their Tesla price targets over the next 12 months. And I'd love you guys to keep me accountable, so please set a reminder to check back in a few months' time as we go through the analyst upgrades following Tesla's Q4 financial results. As most of you guys will know, I constantly keep my Tesla stock price targets updated every time there's new and relevant information. This is integrated into my valuation model, which creates new price targets. I'm really curious. Following Tesla's Q4 earnings, once the wave of analyst price target upgrades take place, the thing that I'm wondering is, will there be a single analyst, at least one analyst on Wall Street, who ends up with a higher price target than my base case for Tesla stock in 2022? As I record this, the gap continues to close between my base case price target and the highest on Wall Street, but it's still a double-digit percentage gap. Check the card in the corner or the link in the description to see exactly where I'm at, keeping in mind, as I said, this constantly changes when new material information is available, so I expect over the next couple of months my price target may fluctuate as well. But the big thing that I'm wondering, 3 months time, 4 months time, is there going to be anyone on Wall Street who has a higher base case price target than I do? Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Early 2022, is there going to be a single analyst on Wall Street who has a higher price target than I do in my base case? Let me know below. I'm Steve Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card, where you can earn 1.5% Bitcoin back on every purchase. There's a link in the description. You can also earn up to $250 in crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, also linked below. And finally, don't forget your free stocks with WeBull and Stake, also linked in the description. These great offers also help out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.